that stretch over his last 7, he's got 8 points, so he's been pretty hot lately.
First round pick a year ago, the first round pick from last year, Ryder Cali, not in the lineup. He's out with a shoulder. Shamar Moses aggravated a hip last weekend, and then the big story coming in tonight was Iggy Pazzi, not in the lineup. North Bay's leading scorer who played last night in that game against London at home, just not in the lineup. A late scratch for this one.
Yeah, late scratch. He was in last night's game, had an assist in that game, but if you're the North Bay Battalion, what you're doing is you're looking at your roster. They have 13 players, including Pazzi, with at least 10 points or more on the season. So they got quite the depth across their entire lineup, whereas the Oshawa Generals, just 3 players with 10 points or more on the year. So the depth is there for North Bay. They're going to be shorthanded, just 17 skaters today and 10 forwards and 7 D. So they'll be shorthanded, but they'll look to that depth to try to get the win here in Oshawa.
Yeah, certainly the troops, as they've been known to be over the seasons, have done it by committee, and they've been doing that again, a 5-game winning streak, 4-0-1 in that stretch. So 5 games without a loss for the North Bay Battalion. They've looked very good as of late. The Oshawa Generals will want to pounce on them early and often if they can in this one. Oshawa coming off their win against Erie. We're talking to head coach Mario Pouliot. They played the right way, getting pucks in deep, working the cycle. It's not an overly skilled offense they're looking for. They're looking to do it by committee, much like North Bay does.
Yeah, and the plan there is really to kind of continue where they left off in the last game against Erie, which is get those pucks in deep, get them to the net, and see what they can generate from that kind of offense. They might get those 2-on-1 opportunities, but really it's work the puck down low and get it close to the net and look for those rebounds for the Oshawa Generals.
We'll meet the goaltenders in a moment, get to puck drop in a second as well. First, we send it down to ice level for the national anthem.
Joining the singing of the Canadian national anthem as we're led by St. Joseph Catholic School. How about at St. Joseph Catholic School?
Starting goaltenders brought to you by Knights of Columbus TV Bingo. Jack Lisson got the win against London last night. Mike McIver takes the net back tonight.
Yeah, he'll be back in. He's coming off a win against Saginaw the last time, November 16th, a 6-5 win in a shootout in that one. He was also a net in game number 1 against the Oshawa Generals in that victory, and he'll look to make it 2 out of 2 on the season against the Generals here tonight.
On the other side of things, Jaden Chalette has owned the net in Oshawa, but he's coming off his first career OHL shutout.
Yeah, 10th straight game now for the Oshawa Generals starting in net, and coming off that 20-save shutout against Erie. He'll look to kind of continue that and keep the streak going as best he can here against the Battalion.
Look at Ani Kalto, the Oshawa Generals import from Finland. On a line with Luke Posthumus and Rowan Sang for this one. Head of the up against the top line of the Battalion, led by the captain, Procyszyn, the Anaheim 3rd rounder, Lamidovsky, the Minnesota 4th rounder, and Wellenreiter, who's off to the University of Maine as a commit there. He's in on the forecheck early. Procyszyn dug a puck out of the corner. It was centered, but unable to get a shot was Wellenreiter. Generals back the other way. Passed a little too far for Posthumus, and it was a tight race for it, but it was won by Kent Greer, the Renfrew native, and so an icing call against the Generals.
Yeah, fresh ice, and with the colder temperatures now outside, the ice will freeze up a little bit harder, a little bit quicker now at the start of the period, so we'll get our first draw 19 seconds in the Generals zone.
Postumus, who's been the best general in the face-off category at 59%, wins one here. Sent around the boards, though. Laird will get to it first at the point end right, trying to keep it in. He can't. Rowan Sang will fish it out. The Generals get it to center, and then they'll dump it in off of Postumus. McIver will play it as Oshawa changes. Back-to-back nights for the Battalion. As we've mentioned a couple of times, just 17 skaters, 10 forwards. The extra D will be Kanapowski. We'll see how much ice time he gets. The 10th forward is listed as Edwards, who scored his first OHL goal last night against London. Anthony Timmerman will send it in, and McIver will get out to play it again himself and send it around the boards. And a quick breakout has a potential 2-on-1 developing as Laird heads to the net, but good back check by Franson, who is quickly becoming a favorite of Coach Mario Pouliot. This puck went out and off the linesman. Offside is called, but Franson just showed the work ethic that the coach loves there.
Yeah, strong back check that we'll take a look at here. Battalion were quick coming up out of the zone. And it was Warren trying to get the pass across to Laird, but the back check from the forward Franson breaks that one up. He got it over to Timmerman, who's back in the lineup after being scratched in that win against Erie last weekend.
Shot in by Kapajaritas. We're starting a first-round pick. Second overall a year ago. It's Pereira. Get the puck right back. Jax Pereira, the Uxbridge native. Find out if he was a minor hockey teammate of the General Sam Roberts. I believe he was. Those North Durham Warriors, coached by Gary Roberts back in the days. Figliameni will send it in and chase after it. Give Kapajaritas a bump, and controlled momentarily by Adrian Manzo, and the Battalion will get it out. Skating through center, taking a long shot, and then getting dumped down was Drausa, and right back the other way comes Cormier. Drausa having words with Figliameni on the way back up the ice, and it doesn't take much to get Figliameni talking with the opposition.
I don't think it takes anything to get him talking. He's trying to get the other team talking most of the time.
Generals leader in penalty minutes. Oshawa on the forecheck, but Battalion able to get it out. Here's Procyszyn as a man going in front. Big save by Gillette as he got across to Rob Amadovsky. On the first great chance and first shot of the game, a 10-bell save from Gillette.
Well, picking up right where he left off against Erie. It was a goaltender showdown in that one, and Gillette made a number of saves just like that one, stretching across the pad. Did it so again there.
Lucas Moore came across from Brantford in the trade that sent Zachary Sandu and Ben Danford there. Sets things up. Franson had a man in front, and Griffin couldn't get the puck to him, and Griffin, the Blue Jackets prospect, looks back to the point. Timmerman unable to keep that in, and Griffin will find it at center and turn with it there. And he takes a pretty good check from Wellenreiter up high as he dumped it in. Back in his own corner, Kapajaritas behind his net will start the play out, get to Wellenreiter at center. Timmerman will step up quickly on him, but Wellenreiter controls and now heads north. Got across the Oshawa line, but Parker Vaughn was a stride ahead of that, and so offside the call.
Well, here we'll get another look at that Jaden Gillette save to keep this game scoreless early on. A one-touch, one-timer pass.
And I'm just sure if he got the blocker or if it was just the shaft of the stick that he got on it, but
They'll say it counts all the same.
they don't ask how,
sheet.
right?
Yeah.
Haoxi Wang. San Jose second rounder will dump it in, and McIver hasn't had a shot on goal, but he's been out 3 times to play it around the net so far. Getting into the action. Here's Laird. Couple of quick passes. Bronson Ride will send it in. And Leo Lachon back for it. Gives it to Wang, who pulls away, and the Generals are out at center. Charlie Hilton, the Oshawa native, threw it in front, had a man there in Roberts. He just couldn't get a tip on it. And Hilton now plays it down low to Roberts in the corner. Trying to spin off of his check and center it for Tejera. Never made it to him. Ryder Carey will find an outlet to Laird, but he couldn't make it to center and gave up the puck. Got it right back, though. The Generals in the midst of a change. So Laird will get to center, and the Port Perry native will send it in. Vadim Smirnov lost it at center, got it right back, sent it in. Gens are offside though. Cormier is going to have to tag up, and that's going to allow a free exit by the Battalion. And although they missed the pass, they do connect on the far side and negate the icing. In the skates of Procyszyn, feeds it off. Kapagiridis looks in front, gets across. Another shot from the slot is stopped by Gillette. Wellenreiter bumped by Figliameni. Hamadovsky turns with it. And his shot towards goal goes up off the stick of Murnane and out of play.
Yeah, Murnane, great job there to stick with his man. Had to cut back quickly and kept his stick out in front to stop the Battalion player from cutting towards the net as we have a look at the last rush here. A lot of time in front there, and eventually they get a shot on net, and Gillette was there with plenty of time to get in the butterfly and take away all the ice at the bottom of the net and make the save.
Timmerman fought the puck out through center, got it to Posthumus. He'll take a long shot, first shot on goal, and save made by McIver, an easy one. And now sent ahead by Parker Vaughn, trying to cut to the middle, took a backhand. It just missed the far post. Shot from the point, tipped by Edwards. He, as I said, scored his first OHL goal last night against London in that same manner, a tip from the point shot. And Posthumus will start back the other way for Oshawa. With Posthumus, the overage rookie, a rarity, but originally a draft pick of the Generals. He didn't make the team until now, but looked great in training camp and has been pretty good with this Generals club. A young one as Pereira tries to break in. And the rookie bumped by Timmerman before he could get to that puck. Giveaway by the Gens, centered in front. Pereira got to it, gets it to Ride. His long shot blocked on the through. And Franson with some room to skate it ahead will pop it up high. O'Donnell trying to skate under it. Franson fell, and Ride will turn back the other way. Knocked down by Haoxi Wang. And Wang finds a loose puck, gives it to Griffin. Griffin over towards Wang, and that one was blocked by a diving Harper. Giveaway in the Battalion zone. O'Donnell couldn't get it on net. But a good steal here by Griffin. Kept it alive at the point. Griffin drops it off for Wang. Wang back to Griffin. One-timer blocked by Carey. Jen's trying to take advantage of a miscue on the clearing attempt by the Battalion. Deep in there is Lashon. Couldn't center it. He lifted high out to center and drops down in the area of Warren, but the Gens all over it as the Battalion change. Franson, a long shot, easily gloved down by McIver. And the right catching goaltender will hang on to it just in time for the TV timeout. 12:43 to go in this first period. No score in Oshawa on Rogers TV.
Furnace fail in freezing weather? Don't risk it. Get service now for peace of mind later. Taunton Trades keeps you cool when it's hot, warm when it's not. Call or visit tauntontrades.ca. Your comfort is our priority.
Downtown Whitby is more than just a downtown. It's a vibrant blend of historic charm and modern life. With over 300 businesses and services, you'll find everything you need. Shop, dine, and discover why downtown Whitby truly has it all.
Hi, I'm Detective Martin Franson in Durham Regional Police. I'd like to invite you to join us for a Seniors Talk, Durham Regional Police, and Rogers TV.
There's a look at the Battalion captain, Ethan Procyszyn, the draft pick of the Anaheim Ducks, a third rounder. Leads the Battalion in penalty minutes, face-off percentage, and one of the numerous Battalion with 10 points on the season into double digits you were mentioning it.
Yeah, and 2 assists yesterday as well against the London Knights and coming in on a 3-game point streak.
And he wins this draw over Owen Griffin. Bronson Ride turns behind his net. Donald pressuring him, comes around the boards to Amadovsky. Ride will try it again. On his backhand, however, falls in the corner. Played it across for Greer. And we got it back to Ride, and he looks ahead right up the middle for Procyszyn and hopped over his stick, and this will be an icing call against the Battalion. The Gens did a pretty good job of just bottling things up down low.
Yeah, the Battalion don't see much going on the bench, but more bobbled that puck a little bit, and maybe looked like maybe you got a touch on it, but the Generals get the call and get the change in.
He's going to win the race, basically, and he won the race to the dot. That's the important part. And so the Gens will change up. You get Cormier, Figliameni, and Smirnoff. Another draw won by Procyszyn, and they'll try it again. Right. This time goes wide. Hamadovsky will get to center and dump it in, and Shillette will come out to play it. Wellenreiter was right there and got in the way of that clearing attempt. Hamadovsky will take it around the net. Leaves it off for Greer. His long shot. Wellenreiter in the slot. Didn't get a tip on it, but he's got control of it now. Wellenreiter still with it. Waits, now fires. In his own man, Hamadovsky in front. Sent around the board. Smirnoff racing for it. Greer pinches. And he'll only keep it alive momentarily, then sent right back in by the Battalion. Lucas Moore head for Smirnoff. In off of Figliameni. Kyver plays it to the corner. Greer couldn't get it out. Here's a chance for Teixeira. Johnny on the spot. Lucas Teixeira, his first OHL goal, opens the scoring.
And it's that forecheck from the Generals we were talking about that was so important in this one. Getting the puck behind the net. McIver leaves it there for the defenseman, but the forecheck causes the turnover. And it squeaks out just to that dot, and Teixeira doesn't even think twice and just throws it on net. Doesn't even know it's in the net until his teammates celebrate. You'll see here just pulling it out of the corner. Good forecheck by Figliameni to help keep the puck alive. And Teixeira didn't realize it was in, but until he saw it behind the goaltender.
It's a bit of a rolling puck. I don't think he got everything he wanted on that, and that might have fooled McIver as it went off that cheater on the glove and beat the goaltender. I'm sure the story Teixeira tells later on will be much more clean than that. But he's got his first, and the Gens are on the board. Blassig ran into his own man, got the puck back to the point, looked in front. Roberts just get a tip on it. Teixeira able to free that from Roberts in the corner. He looks back to the point. Timmerman back for Roberts, turns and fires wide. Blassig in deep now. Threw that to the slot. The Battalion start out the other way. Shillette will play it around. Battalion were changing. Roberts will skate onto it. Put it by his former minor hockey teammate, Cam Warren. The former junior Canadians, and Posthumous digs for it in the offensive zone, but Nolan Laird will come up with it. Pass by Enright, didn't connect. Posthumous turns, looked ahead. Sang did not get a tip on it, however, and so it'll be icing call against the Generals almost halfway through this first period.
Yeah, just icing too. It hit the end boards and came back on this side of the goal line. Almost a fortunate bounce for the Generals, but it did cross, so they'll take a draw to the left of Jaden Shillette, who's stopped all 3 shots he's faced so far here in this young game.
Well, the first one being the best of them. Sent off the glass by Wang, not out, kept in. Parker Vaughn. Former Barry Colt, that one stopped. Vaughn able to keep it in. Tried to center it and hit a skate. The puck took a bounce in the Generals' favor all the way back in to the Battalion zone where Manzo's back for it. Long pass to the offensive blue line, finds Warren. Tip it in, but it's Lucas Moore who will control for Oshawa. He hit the referee, throwing that behind the net. He'll get it back from Haoxi Wang, and he'll start out. Posthumous centers for Sang. He'll backhand it in. O'Donnell to chase after it as the Generals change. O'Donnell deep in the offensive zone, trying to keep it alive long enough for his changing teammates to catch up, but couldn't do it. Now back the other way. Procyszyn trying to get a step around. Murnane will take a shot. She'll let the save at the side of the goal. Hamadovsky now throws it behind the Oshawa net. Harper will pinch on the far side. Leaves it there, and a long shot by Wellenreiter is blocked by Murnane in front. Procyszyn in the corner will get to it first. The Generals got a chance to clear it again, couldn't get it out. Procyszyn overskated it, set up the boards, kept in by Rye, tipped on goal, blocker save made as Wellenreiter got a pretty healthy piece of that. And Gillette stuck the blocker out at the last second. Now O'Donnell, that one will go off of a skate and into the Battalion bench, out of play.
Well, Gillette's been solid, and we said his first save might have been the best one, but this one here was a tricky one, a nice tip. Just about halfway in the slot there, and he was solid to readjust his left pad and get enough on it to kick it out. Keep the game 1-0 for the Generals.
Drausa, the talented rookie, is out there for North Bay. Oshawa unable to get a piece of this at center, and so it'll be an icing call against the Gens.
And just a couple of missed passes for the Generals. They're in position for the passes, just not connecting on a couple of those. So this may be the third icing now on a play similar where they're just missing a pass by a couple inches.
Drausa out with Carey and the rookie Edwards. Had a pretty incredible start to his OHL career this week. Couple of games, couple of points, including his first goal. McIver made a mess of this, though, in behind the net. Oshawa will pick it up, but Figliamenni's centering pass went off of a stick, and Oshawa unable to take advantage. Tipped in, McIver will come out, and this time he'll set it up. Looking ahead is Enright. But it's the Gens who will control at center. Cormier makes a move inside his own blue line. Smirnoff trying to pick off a pass. And finally sent in by the Battalion. Gillette will tee it up there as North Bay changes. And Oshawa responds in kind. So Haoxi Wang will take over. Brady Blassig centered it in, or send it in. Roberts able to beat out the icing call. Blassig, by the way, not wearing the bubble as he did last weekend after taking that slash to the face by Luke Drausa, and we'll certainly discuss that punishment as it is the talk of the league so far this week. The decision coming down today. We'll talk about it in game notes between our second and third period. 7 minutes left here in the first. Generals a 1-0 lead as Lashon sends this ahead, but Roberts is offside at the Battalion blue line.
And Sam Roberts, a player that's looking to get going. Just 1 assist in his last 13 games. And playing on a line tonight with Hilton and Teixeira. So shaking things up a little bit for Sam Roberts, trying to get him back on track. The first round pick for the Generals in the most recent OHL draft.
Karam's off the end boards, and McIver not taking any chances will pounce on that, hang on to it. As Calto and company discuss what they're doing. Posthumous sets up the play. And then he gets kicked into the faceoff dot, so they'll have to try something else. Owen Sang will come in, and he'll win it cleanly. Blassig from the point, Timmerman a shot, and that one will ride up off the blocker, up and out of play. And a look there at the rookie Anthony Timmerman, Rochester, Michigan native, who would put up over 200 points in Detroit Little Caesars last year from the point, 183 assists. Unbelievable scoring numbers.
Not quite seeing those kind of numbers here in the Ontario Hockey League so far, but not letting it bother him. Still competing there as a rookie here in the Ontario Hockey League with a very young team. And some young teammates and line mates as well. Trying to figure out a different league and a different pace.
Certainly getting opportunities, though. Yeah. A lot of ice time to be had. This puck in the offensive zone for North Bay now. Wellenreiter trying to drag and fire. Procyszyn in the corner digging for it. Murnane will find it though. Gets it to Lucas Moore, who will lift it ahead to center. North Bay slashes it right back to the Oshawa line. Murnane will beat Procyszyn to it. And lost his stick. I think it broke as Murnane dropped it, but he'll head to the bench as Griffin carries this ahead into the Battalion zone. Griffin with a move, stops, waits, trying to lift it over the shoulder. Might have hit the crossbar. McIver didn't know where it was. It's at the point. Wang looks across. O'Donnell in front for Griffin, banging away, they score! A defensive zone coverage lapse for the North Bay Battalion leaves two Generals in front. And Owen Griffin, who leads the Generals in goals and points, won't miss many from that spot. He makes it 2-0 Oshawa.
And it's been a while since he got one in the back of the net himself. He'll be happy to get this one on the board to give a 2-0 lead to the Generals. You see, might have hit the post early on. He tipped that one on net. The puck stayed alive in front, and Figliameni whacked away at it to keep it loose. And Owen Griffin was there just waiting right on the doorstep, and he made no mistake to make it a 2-0 lead for the Oshawa Generals.
Yeah, Bronson Ride had two Generals to deal with, but might have gotten caught puck watching a bit as that puck went in on net. When the rebound came out, the Generals pounced. And so a 2-0 Oshawa lead. Figliameni with a puck at center, plays it back for Blassig, and Timmerman will send it in off of Cormier. And the Generals will go back to what their script is for the night. That is dump and chase and forecheck. Now they got to get back. Warren makes a couple of nice moves. And Warren shot towards the goal, though, hit the skate of Figliameni, and right back the other way comes Smirnoff. Lost control at center. Laird at center. Couldn't control it across the Oshawa line. Sent out. Cormier will glove it down and send it in. Smirnoff will chase after it against Enright. And Enright tripped over the discarded stick of Smirnoff. A lot of times guys will drop their stick after someone goes down. This time it was before.
Yeah, I think he's trying to making sure he wasn't going to get called for holding, so let go of his stick because it was caught up in the equipment. And then it fell to the ice, and that's where the Italian player tripped on it when it was just a loose stick on the ice.
Drausa bumped by Lashon, who stepped up at the blue line and lifted out to center by the General. Edwards, pass across, finds Kapajaritas. He tried to center it to Drausa, caught from behind though, and loose puck, they bang away at it. Edwards will find it, shot stopped by Chalette. Kept in on the far side by Manzo. Centering pass, picked off by the Generals. Wang will get it to the blue line and just out. And so Chalette able to tee this up for Lashon. And both teams changing. So Lashon will skate it to center. Head for Posthumous, he'll get to it first in the corner. Take it around the net. Leaves it there for Calto, wraparound try. Stuff play didn't work. Back at the point is Moore. Across for Murnane. His long shot to the goal is blocked. Loose in the slot. And Murnane will find it on the boards. Down in the corner for Calto. Pereira will come up with it. Send it just across the blue line, and it'll be a glove pass as it was gloved down by Murnane and then touched by Franzen. So 3:10 to go in this first period. It's the Oshawa Generals out to a 2-0 lead. Thanks to Lucas Tejera's first in the OHL on Rogers TV. In 16 games coming to this one. He's got 2 points in 16 minutes in the first period. Pair of assists. first multi-point games. Trying to stuff that into the side of the goal is Procyszyn. We'll leave it down in the corner for Pereira. Wellenreiter in there as well. Ryan Houlihan has got a mix of his lines with only 10 forwards. Here's Enright. Shot from the point, blocked by Murnane. Settled down by O'Donnell. Long lead pass from Franson too far. This will be an icing call against the Gens. Unable to change with 2:35 left to go.
That was the right look here on the near side with Franson going down the right wing. Owen Griffin was on the left side, and if that pass connected, it was a good chance for a decent 2-on-1 with Franson with the puck and a good shooter and Owen Griffin on the far side. The one-time opportunity, just couldn't connect on that Initico pass, which has now been a number of times for the Generals that has caused an icing.
Well, they're stretching things, taking chances. Dump and chase is mainly what their strategy is, but they've got a chance to blow things open. They'll try it. What they're doing is working right now as they send this puck in deep. Back for it. O'Donnell threw it out front off the stick of McIver. Laying off the bench and keep it into the point, only momentarily, then lost it. And he dives back with the stick to keep it away from Nolan Laird, and a great defensive play by Haoxi Wang. Looked like he was caught. He can skate. I thought he might just try to out-hustle Laird to it, but he went for the dive, and it worked. Here's Griffin. Will lift it in and chase after it himself against Harper. And it's the Battalion who come up with it. Although Edwards was on his own side of center, so this will be an icing call against the North Bay Battalion.
Well, there's a reason why the San Jose Sharks decided to draft Haoxi Wang at 6'5" is that long reach there. A great one to break up a potential breakaway for the Battalion to try to get their first of the game. As you said, Mike, he's known to be a pretty smooth skater and can accelerate pretty quickly, but definitely committed to the dive attempt there, and he needed all 6'5" of that reach to connect with the puck.
I would say he's at 6'7" now with seeing him in the hallways. When you stretch out that stick, he's got a 14-foot reach. Tipped in by Posthumous on goal. McIver will tee it up. Generals quickly onto the forecheck, though. They steal a puck. Sang trying to play it into the corner. It's blocked by Manzo, and he'll lift it off the glass out to center. Wang. Back out to center. Dabrowski carried it in. That was close to offside, but they've got it. Kapacharitas now. His long shot blocked in front by Blassig. The Generals in the final minute of this first period go out 4 wide. Calto, though, pinched along the boards by Manzo. Quickly onto it is Drausa. Across the Oshawa line. Some room opens up. He'll take the shot. Rebound came out. Posthumous will find it, though. He'll get it out to center, and he'll carry on himself. All alone, Luke Posthumous makes a move. And shot went wide. Smirnoff off the boards. That one tipped. Posthumous behind the net, trying to work it out front. And finally, it'll be Ryder Carey comes up with it, flipped it towards Wellenreiter, who's offside, can't touch it. Figliameni takes a look up with a dozen seconds left in the period. Smirnoff will slash this on goal. McIver doesn't want to freeze it there in the final few seconds. They'll pin it along the boards. Can the Generals get a shot away? No. The period will expire there. The shots were even at 10, but it's the Oshawa Generals who bust out Teixeira and then Griffin with a pair of goals. It's 2-0 Gens after 1. Our Adam Dunphy will talk with Liram Amadovsky of the North Bay Battalion, who got a great scoring chance stopped there by Gillette when we come back. First intermission on the way. 2-0 Gens on Rogers TV.
Knights of Columbus TV Bingo trains are rolling. Tuesday nights, 7 p.m., right here on Rogers TV. We're proud sponsors of the Oshawa Generals. We hope they win every game. We hope you play every TV bingo game right here on Rogers TV. Go, Generals, go!
Furnace trouble? Don't panic. Call Taunton Trades. Durham's trusted HVAC pros are ready when you need heat fast. Skip the search. Choose confidence. Visit tauntontrades.ca. Taunton Trades, keeping it cool when it's hot, warm when it's not.
Welcome back to Knights of Columbus TV Bingo, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on Rogers TV. 4 games every week with a grand prize of $5,000. Once again, 7 p.m. right here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm so happy to have these prosthetic legs. I wear them every day so I can do all the things I love to do. I like to hike, skate, and do gymnastics. Because of your donations, Lamps is able to give me these devices. When you donate, you help kids like me. Thank you.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees. Come on, boys! It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible. Always put the customer first.
Listen to this builder. This place can't believe what they just saw.
Hey, beats a desk job.
What's wrong with a desk job?
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Nothing Oshawa after 20 minutes here in Oshawa. Pleased now to be joined by the Battalion's Liram Amadovsky. Liram, just 17 skaters dressed for you guys tonight, just 10 forwards. So how are the legs feeling right now?
Obviously we're getting a lot of ice time, so kind of getting the legs just going, but I think if we just keep it simple, just going straight line, try not to do too much, then I think we'll be fine. So. Yeah.
It's been a nice run for your team as of late. You come into tonight's game with points in 5 straight. You've won 4 of those 5 games. What's really going right for your team right now?
I think, like I just said, just playing simple. I think we're playing battalion hockey, playing hard and pucks, physical. So just keep doing that, and then yeah.
Pretty exciting experience for you earlier this season. You were selected by the Minnesota Wild in the last NHL entry draft. You got to attend your first NHL training camp. What was that whole experience like for you?
It was pretty cool. Obviously, the first time, it's kind of a little nerve-wracking, but everyone was nice there, so it was kind of welcoming environment, but I think it was pretty cool.
You're down 2-0 after 20 here. What's going to be the message from the coaching staff in the first intermission?
Don't just keep playing our game. I think once you get down, you try to do a little bit too much, try to get some offense, but if we just keep playing our game, then I think we'll be good.
Liram, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Liram Amadovsky leading this North Bay Battalion side in goals this season with 8. We have another edition of Rogo Sweet coming up after the break. You're watching Oshawa Generals Hockey on Rogers TV.
Host of Inside Durham. Join us Friday at 5 for your front row seat to the people and stories that make Durham Region shine. Real talk, local vibes, and good company, only on Rogers TV.
Think it's okay to drive high? Think again. Drug-impaired driving is as illegal as drunk driving, and in Ontario, the penalties are the same. If police suspect you're driving under the influence of drugs of any kind, or a combination of drugs and alcohol, and you fail a roadside test, your license will be suspended immediately for up to 30 days. You'll pay a penalty of $198. And you can be charged with a criminal offense of impaired driving, the same as alcohol. Driving high is never okay.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development at Ontario Minor Hockey. Today we're going to talk about speed with the puck.
The most important thing to remember is to eliminate unnecessary stick handling and underhandle the puck. This is an open ice or breakaway technique where the player pushes the puck with one hand on the stick in order to skate at full speed. The puck should be out in front of the body and off to the side. Push the puck ahead on the backhand with the bottom edge of the stick blade. The stick hand extends at the elbow and pushes the puck forward. The hands stay out of the area in front of the hips, and this allows for long, powerful strides. Underhandling is a key skill to maintain speed and allows the player to keep their eyes up and to read the play around them.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
Well, the mini generals getting a couple of laps in during this first intermission, while the big generals have a 2-0 lead on the North Bay Battalion after 20 minutes. No Brooks Rogowski again for the Oshawa Generals tonight. He remains out with an upper body injury, but that does not mean he is not a part of this broadcast, because it's time for another edition of Rogo Sweet.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Rogo Sweet. Got it first time that time. Today we're welcoming another hockey player named Harrison Franson. Hey. Hi, Harrison. How's it going? Can I call you Harry? You can. Okay. Okay, Harry. How many? Got some pretty good jibs right there. You know, how many are actually yours? All of them except for 4. My front 4 teeth, they're not real. So, right. Ducks or frogs? Ducks or frogs? I think ducks, because like frogs are kind of like slimy. I don't really like to touch those. And then like ducks, like I wouldn't touch those either, but they're not as like slimy and gross. So can you rank the following Harrys? Prince Harry, Harry Potter, or Harry Styles? I'm gonna go Harry Potter, number 1. What were the other ones? Franson, if you had to date one person on the team. Is that a question? Yeah, who would you date? You know who? Yeah? I'd date Rogo. Perfect. Best bromance. Why can't you grow any facial hair on your face? All right, never mind. Cut it. Oh, you can't be in there. Can't be in there. Okay, it's fine. No, Marion, get out of here. Okay, great question. Get out of here. I'm being. This is my show. You're out of here. How long was the last one? Like 7?
6. Like 6, 7.
Okay, no. Yeah, all right. I'm actually done. Yeah, cancel. That needs to be left in there. Like 6, 7. This clipboard's about to get launched. If you say that again. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Turn on notifications in the comment section. Let us know who you want to see next, because we listen to our fans. Ooh. So go subscribe now. Right now. Is this going on YouTube? I hope not. I really hope this goes nowhere. I don't want to be seen. You're going to be seen a lot.
Okay, say goodbye.
Bye. Till next time. Till the next time we do this again.
Oh, Brooks Rogowski asking the tough questions. 2-0 Oshawa after 1. We'll have the first period highlights on the other side of the break.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees. Come on, boys! It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible. Always put the customer first.
Listen to this builder. This place can't believe what they just saw.
Hey, beats a desk job.
What's wrong with a desk job?
Hi, I'm Judith Tate, host of At the Heart of Business on Rogers TV. Join us for some enlightening conversations with women in business discussing their challenges and their successes. Heard only here on Rogers TV Durham.
The moment I started to feel more connected to the world was when I reached out to the foundation for funding for a camera. It gave me a way to process what I was feeling, and I began to heal. When I was coming into care, I was very reserved. I was very shy, and it gave me hope to see that there is an organization who knows that supporting a young person's passion is important for mental health. I wouldn't have had that chance without funding from Children's Aid Foundation of Canada.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking for new and exciting recipes to make in your kitchen? What's that? You need them to be gluten-free too? Not a problem. I'm Joel Mislick, the gluten-free guy, and I'll show you how to make some great recipes right in your own kitchen. Grab your apron and let's watch some gluten-free guy right here on Rogers TV.
Generals looking to win consecutive games for just the second time this season after they picked up a victory Sunday against Erie, and looking pretty good after one period of play here tonight against North Bay as they have a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes and a historic first in that first period for the Oshawa Generals as we get a look now at the first period highlights. Jaden Cholette picked up his first career OHL shutout Sunday, and he was busy early in this one as he makes a great pad save here on Liram Amadovsky. Amadovsky, the top goal scorer for this Battalion side. He's got 8 on the season, and Cholette was very good in that first period, and he was perfect once again. And he got some goal support as the Oshawa Generals go to work on the forecheck, and they move the puck around very nicely. And Lucas Teixeira finishes off the play for his first career OHL goal. Anthony Figliameni picking up the primary assist on that one, and it was 1-0 Oshawa. And they would add to their lead later in the frame. Owen Griffin, a good net drive. He is stopped by Mike McIver, but the Generals keep the puck in the Battalion zone. They work it around, and they get it back to the front of the net. And Owen Griffin is there at the side of the net to bury his 12th of the season. And Anthony Figliameni picking up the primary assist on that goal as well. So Lucas Teixeira, his first career OHL goal opens the scoring. Owen Griffin, his 12th of the season, makes it 2-0. Again, Anthony Figliameni with 2 assists in that period. This is his first career multi-point game in the OHL. This first period scoring summary brought to you by Taunton Trades. Even on the shot clock in that first period as both teams get 10. Time for an alumni update. And let's start in the NHL, where Callum Ritchie picked up his first goal as a New York Islander on Tuesday, and it came in a 3-2 win over the Dallas Stars. It's his second career OHL goal, scored last season while still a member of the Colorado Avalanche. And we move on to U Sports, where Luke Torrance and Luca D'Amato are playing together on the University of New Brunswick Reds this season, and they are both off to great starts in their collegiate careers. That an overtime winner there, courtesy of Luca D'Amato. So 14 games for D'Amato, 2 goals, 11 assists for 13 points, and a sparkling plus 13 for Luke Torrance, the Oshawa native. He has played 15 games. He's got 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points, and he is a plus 6. Former Oshawa Generals captain Stuart Roloff's also on the Reds this season after spending last season in the ECHL, and he has 13 points in 15 games for UNB this season. It is 2-0 for D'Amato, Torrance, and Roloff's former team after one period of play here against North Bay. Second period coming up on the other side of the break here on Rogers TV.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees.
Come on, boys!
It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible. Always put the customer first.
Listen to this builder. This place can't believe what they just saw.
Hey, beats a desk job.
What's wrong with a desk job?
I'm Greg. My name means everything.
Tom Longboats.
I am Wolf Clan, Onondaga Nation. I've run many different races. I've run to survive and to be free. I've run to win for honor.
His people might be lazy, but this one's damn fast.
My people respected our runners, people who carried important messages from village to village.
I need a guide to the next post. Dispatch carrier, sir. I can get you there.
God's sakes, man, slow down. Who do you think I am, Tom Longboat?
No, sir. I am.
Running makes me feel alive. It's everything.
Tom Longboat was the first Indigenous person to win the Boston Marathon. He ran his way to international fame and became an inspiration to generations of athletes.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdsville, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Welcome back to Oshawa after the first period of play, getting ready for the second here. It's 2-0, the Oshawa Generals lead the North Bay Battalion. I want to take a moment to extend our condolences to the host of Cinema Scene here on Rogers TV Durham, Eric Marchand, and his family after the passing of his father, Michael Marchand, on Tuesday. Eric has been a staple of weekends with Cinema Scene on Rogers TV for a number of years, and so from our Rogers TV family to your family as well, our condolences and thoughts and prayers are with you and your family at this difficult time. To our friend Eric. Generals had a fantastic first period. Shots even at 10 apiece, but Lucas Teixeira's first OHL goal, and Owen Griffin gets the monkey off his back after going scoreless for a few and gets back onto the score sheet to make it 2-0. And the Generals dominating play in that first period. There were no power plays to speak of. Faceoffs were 11-7 in favor of Oshawa as well.
Yeah, it's got to feel good for both Griffin and Teixeira. A lot of scoreless or pointless streaks for Griffin. He's used to scoring and putting the puck in the back of the net, and Teixeira has not seen that yet, and he got a chance and saw that for the first time in his OHL career tonight.
Difficult for Owen Griffin. He had a fantastic training camp with the Columbus Blue Jackets and got a little extended time up there in the main camp as well. But when you come back to a team that's obviously in its retooling, rebuilding type phase, and you are the key component, one of the only NHL drafted forward, you're playing against the top lines of the other teams every time, and also against the top D pairings when you're on the road as well, and that can be difficult. Owen Griffin leading the Oshawa Generals in goals and points, managed to battle through it.
Yeah, and it hasn't been, not that it hasn't been easy for him, but he's used to playing on a team where there's guys like Cal Ritchie, Beckett Seneca, guys that are currently playing in the NHL in their rookie seasons. He's, got to be that second line guy, that, role player type of player. Now it's him on the offensive side of things to really carry the load, and has done so far this season.
A prolific goal scorer in minor midget, but then struggled in his first year. It was just 6 points, came back last year with a much better campaign, 51 points, 22 of them goals. Found himself drafted and continuing on here. He's on the forecheck, he falls. Puck gets by him into the corner. Harper turns with it there. Commit to the University of Michigan, Brant Harper, the Florida native. Got it ahead to center, but Oshawa will turn it right back. Griffin controls, looks ahead for Franson. He'll get it across the line and send it in as the Generals started line change. The captain, Procyszyn, centers it, goes off the skate of Ride, and the Gens come up with a steal. Rowan Sang centers that puck, bounces to Posthumous, a backhand over top of the goal. O'Donnell will get to it first, looks back to the point, Moore across for Murnane, he'll flip it down into the corner. This is exactly what the Generals want to do. Forecheck hard, and then go low to high for a shot from the point. It sounds basic. The giveaway in the corner, Murnane threw it out front. He'll get a chance to recover it, however, and this time slides it ahead for Ani Calto. Rink-wide pass eventually ends up on the stick of Rowan Sang. His centering pass, Murnane thought about pinching, then thought again, then tried a little too late. And North Bay will get it across the Oshawa line, sent right back out by the Gens. Forced in, and back forward is Moore. Goes to Murnane, head for Calto, and he'll rink-wide find Posthumous. And the Gens just like that into the offensive zone. Long shot, glove down by McIver. He'll drop it. Gonna pass ahead, tipped in by Parker Vaughn. Blassig back. He'll try the long lead ahead for Cormier. Playing in OHL game number 199. And Cormier. Smirnoff with a steal behind the North Bay net. Couldn't center it. Is flipped out to center. Here's a chance breaking through Pereira, but it rolled in a little too far for him on goal, and Gillette cleared it to the boards.
Gillette very patient with that one. Let it come right in and whacked it into the corner.
Cormier fights his way into the zone. Smirnoff digging for it at the point. Blassig shot it off a North Bay body. Smirnoff trying to center it. It hit Figliameni. Didn't make it out front. Now Ryder Carey looks rink wide. He finds Jax Pereira. And he takes a pretty good bump from Anthony Tiberman as he sent that in and headed off for a change. Rear will leave it behind his net for Konopaski. And here's Amadovsky. Wang stepped in front of him, took the puck, turns in the corner, sent it up the boards, and Charlie Hilton will find it there. Gets it out to center. Wellenreiter got to the Oshawa line, was stopped there though by Leo Lashon. Puck hopped over the stick of Sam Roberts. Wang sends it around the boards. Wellenreiter on the far side keeps it alive. Procyszyn will glove it down, take a shot over top of the goal, and the Karam will find its way all the way back into the North Bay end.
General's defenders doing a good job keeping the Battalion to the outside and also standing up right at the line to take the rush out of the play, just like this one here.
Stepping up was Haoxi Wang at the blue line, knocks down Nolan Laird. Hilton back the other way, will backhand it in. McIver to play it along the boards. Franson was waiting for it there, however. Down low, Tejera threw it into the corner. Murnane will pinch. Here's Tejera. Laird got his hands up. That one right up into the face of Franson. Tejera comes over, and he and Laird now will drop the gloves. As Tejera coming to the aid of his forward Harrison Franson. No arms went up from the referees initially on this play. So we'll see whether or not it was incidental contact that hit Franson.
Yeah, Franson went right down the tunnel. You can kind of see him now tucking towards the locker room. And
interesting to see how they call this, though, as Tejera came in, but Nolan Laird certainly didn't shy away. I think he was the one that dropped the gloves first, and there, yeah, the stick just comes right up into the face. And Tejera will go over, have words, and then Laird is the first to drop the gloves.
And then after the fight as well, Laird looking towards the bench to try to get his teammates going, so maybe trying to just up the physicality a bit and got the hands up high right there, just on the left side of your screen, and knocked the helmet off of Franson.
And Tejera is going to get the instigator out of this. It looks like he's being sent to the dressing room, so it tells me it's the 2, 5, and 10 variety.
It could be an attempt there to take the helmet off as well, as you see in this.
So here's a look at the play. The hands come up, it's right into the face. It knocks the helmet off. It's clearly high. And then right there, Tejera turns. He gives a cross check. But then the gloves are dropped by Laird before Tejera gets his off.
Yeah.
But Tejera will get the instigator penalty because the rule is if you skate towards the player, you don't have to be the one to take the gloves off first. You have to be the one to initiate the fight, and that is the motion of skating over. Mario Pouliot's trying to get an explanation from referee Brendan Kane. He's not going to like the explanation, but it's not who drops the gloves first necessarily.
just waited for him.
But again, there was the other argument that Mario Pouliot has, what happened to the initial contact that hit Harrison Franson up high and knocked his helmet off, and that is not penalized.
Yeah, I'd say Franson's helmet didn't just come off on its own. Something caused it to pop off, and it was Laird's hands up high.
So it'll be a 2-minute power play for the North Bay Battalion. It'll be Vadim Smirnov who comes in to serve it.
And the Battalion come in today 19% on the power play. That's good for 11th in the league, but have given up 5 short-handed goals.
Yeah, that's tied third in the OHL. And just 13.5% on the road are the Battalion with the man advantage. But they've got an opportunity to find themselves back into this hockey game here. The Generals only have 1 short-handed goal as a team. That was by Harrison Franson, who's not available right now.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye to see if he comes back out on the bench.
Wellenreiter will bring it in. Gets it across for Amidovsky. Carries it low, poked off his stick by Haoxi Wang. In there was Wellenreiter. It comes back to the point to Greer. He finds Warren. Greer, far side. And snapping a shot on net was Wellenreiter. Save made by Gillette. Rink wide looking for Warren. He takes it off the boards. Stops. Finds Wellenreiter. Wellenreiter down low. Procyszyn. And that one stopped. Generals can't clear it, however. Warren. Amidovsky now bumped in the corner by Haoxi Wang. Gens will find it. Unable to get it out initially. Now Owen Griffin will skate onto it. Greer, the lone defenseman out there, is back. He'll take it in the corner, and Griffin wants off as Greer sets it up. Gives it to Wellenreiter. Into the zone. Controls. Now gets set up. Greer back to Wellenreiter. His shot, that one wide, and the Karam will make its way out to center, and Rowan Sang will get onto it, poke it in deep, chase after it himself. McIver smartly plays it around, though. And here's Wellenreiter again, with just 30 seconds left in the power play, and now the Battalion starting to change up. Carry across the line, that one broken up, sent down the ice by the Generals.
Yeah, a bit of an odd play there for the Battalion. They started bringing it up the ice as they're midway through a change, and no real hustle to get on or off the ice from any Battalion player there.
Vaughn gets it across the line and gets it back. Calto got it to the line, not out. Here's Parker Vaughn. Waits, goes across the line. Penalty expired. Smirnov back on. Shot is stopped by Gillette. And so just 2 shots on the man advantage for the Battalion. And the Generals with a kill. But they're without Lucas Tejera for the rest of the period. And Harrison Franson is yet to return. McIver will send it around the boards himself. Vaughn turns. Drausa will find it and get it across the Oshawa line. Deep into the corner, run out of room by Figliameni, who will come up with the puck and skate away with it. Anthony Figliameni pokes it in from center. Chases after it himself against Harper. Wins the race. Spins away. Cormier in there as well. But Pereira will fight it out to center, where Timmerman will just backhand it right back in. Oshawa will chase after it. And Figliameni on his horse actually got to it first, but couldn't poke it free. Dubrovtsev looks rink wide. There Lucas Moore stepped up. Figliameni with a bump on Edwards. He'll head off on a change now, as North Bay controls. Here's Edwards. Bumped by Moore, who stepped up. Gillette playing this himself up the boards for O'Donnell. He finds Sam Roberts in stride. Roberts takes a shot, and that one up high. Rebound came out. McIver was trying to pinch that between the shoulder and mask. Here's Murnane. Shot blocked by Pereira. It's a long shift now for the Battalion with the long change, and they can't get it out. Now it just comes across the blue line, but the Generals will shoot it back in. Might have been more wise to hang on to that and rag a little time, regroup at center. Here's a steal from the Griffin in front. Has hopped over the stick of Roberts and rolled at the last second. Haoxi Wang takes a swing in the air and missed. And now Wellenreiter back the other way, but steered out of room and shoved down by Lashon on a good defensive play. Haoxi Wang lost the puck. Procyszyn in front. Wellenreiter, and he shot it wide. Giveaway by the Generals, creating some room now for the North Bay Battalion. Amadovsky with a nice play to himself, but Lashon will get down and block that shot. Jens can't get it out. Kept in by Enright. Amadovsky, bodied by Haoxi Wang, who falls. O'Donnell up the boards, not out. North Bay now changing in the offensive zone. Puck comes out to center. Procyszyn will bring it right back in. Now a long change from the Generals, who are caught. Thrown into the corner, however. Roberts will find it. He'll send it out to center. That'll get at least one General changed. And Griffin coming out will get it across the line. And now the defense will get a change as well. Owen Griffin cuts to the net. Threw it out front. And a loose puck in the slot. Cleared to the line and finally out by the Battalion. Centered by Ryder Carey. Wang falling, poked it ahead for Rowan Sang. Hilton in on the forecheck. Sang will come up with it, down for Hilton. Hilton out front. Trying to get it across for Posthumous, just didn't land in time. Posthumous in the corner. End-to-end action with the team setting up for some offensive play as the Generals now get a turn. Posthumous trying to walk out, gives it to Moore. Couldn't slide it through Enright, who went down and blocked it. And now Drausa got it to the line, not out. Long shot by Hilton, and McIver, seeing his team needing a change, will glove that down and hang on with the TV timeout. With 10:06 to go, it's 2-0 Oshawa on Rogers TV.
Your furnace is aging. Don't wait for it to quit. Get expert advice before winter hits. Upgrade to an air source heat pump for year-round comfort. Taunton Trades. Cool when it's hot, warm when it's not. TauntonTrades.ca.
Downtown Whitby is more than just a downtown. It's a vibrant blend of historic charm and modern life. With over 300 businesses and services, you'll find everything you need. Shop, dine, and discover why downtown Whitby truly has it all.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Here's a good look at a steal by Owen Griffin. He centered that out front, maybe one too many passes, and Sam Roberts had it in his feet, couldn't get it on net. And Sam Roberts getting a couple of shifts up on the top line now, with Harrison Francis still getting repairs in the dressing room. Cormier needing to take the draw against Cam Warren, and it's Warren who wins it. Harper will skate it to center. Stolen though by Figliameni. Chip it in, wanting to chase after himself. Laird steered him aside, and now Warren brings it back the other way across the Oshawa line, trying to dance his way through Murnane, but that's picked off. Cormier will play it for Lucas Moore. Doesn't get out initially, but Murnane will get it. Tipped in by Figliameni, forcing McIver out to play it. Cam Warren, Vaughan native, 6th overall pick by the North Bay Battalion in the last priority selection. Just dumped it in, he wants off. North Bay changing. And Blassig will bring it in for Oshawa. Through the slot, Calto will get it on the far side. Dives in the corner, centered it out front, and a shot by Sang didn't make it through. Wellenreiter will flip it ahead. Amadovsky trying to chase it down, will get to it. Can't get a shot on net, will center it. It's behind Procyszyn. Did a good job just to kick it forward. Now he's got it around the Oshawa net. Back to the point. Thrown around the zone again, hopped over the stick of Haoxi Wang. Wellenreiter trying to center it, goes off a skate. Wang will find it in the corner, ahead for Posthumous, and he takes his time to get it to Calto. And Blassig will send it in on goal. And sent off the top part of the glass.
That was only a few inches away from going out of play.
Manzo coming oh so close to a delay of game penalty, and now he's got to get back as O'Donnell breaking in. Shot from a sharp angle. McIver had the post covered. General's right back on it. Centering attempt from Posthumous goes off a stick and ends up at center. Sent right back in by the Generals. They've got a tag up. Haoxi Wang does. He spins off the boards with it. Finds a man in front. Good passing play. Franson back out of the dressing room and almost got a goal on his first shift back.
Well, it looks like he's feeling okay. Going hard to the net on a great play here by Haoxi Wang to maintain possession, get it to Owen Griffin, who made a great feed in front. And right in the crease on the one-time opportunity is Franzen. But McIver stretches out, stays strong on it, and makes the save.
Look at Harrison Franzen, got a couple of plugs in the nose. After taking that high hit. 7:59 to go here in the second period. Still a 2-0 Generals lead. Shots are 7-4 in favor of Oshawa in the frame, but here come the Battalion. Drausa waiting, takes a shot. Pad save made by Gillette. And Timmerman will skate it back the other way. Send it in. McIver out to play it again. He's very good at playing that puck and gets it ahead, and Bronson Ride, the defender, will jump up, carry it ahead. DeBroff rink wide, looking for Kerry O'Donnell though, and a good back check stole that. Centered again. Kerry will get to it in the corner. Turning out front. Ryder Kerry knocked down, fought it off to the point, long shot, that one deflected. And Gillette heard it hit the glass behind him. Couldn't see through the bodies, but the Generals will get it. Franzen will send it off the glass just out to center, shot right back in by the Battalion's Harper. Generals are going to get caught for icing here. They were just in the midst of a change. Griffin was headed off, and he didn't see that pass coming. He could have just turned and tipped it, and they would have had the change. Instead, he's got to come right back on.
Yeah, had no idea the puck was coming to him. Timmerman there saw him up ice, and if you're Anthony Timmerman and you see 96 at the far blue line with ice, you're going to fire it his way, but Griffin was committed to the line change there, and will have to come on and take this draw here. You can see him tired as he gasps for air with a wide open mouth.
Well, now he's got to play some defense. Parker Vaughn looks out front. And a man pinching in from the point in Kapacharitas, but puck never made it to him. He's got it now at the point. Shot went wide into the corner, centered out front. Gens might get an on-man rush, but they're tired as Griffin skates this ahead, cutting towards the net. Steered aside by Kapacharitas, left it behind the net for O'Donnell though. Pass back to the point is deflected, and the Gens don't get a line change out of this in the end. Here come the Battalion. Parker Vaughn out front, sliding play by Murnane though, takes the puck, and then he pokes it ahead. And Cormier will carry it in himself as O'Donnell peels off for a change, and finally Oshawa does get that full-scale line change in. Moore will send it in. Warren across the Oshawa line, drops it back for Vaughn with some daylight, hit the goal post. It got under the pad of Gillette, but couldn't beat the iron. Hilton back the other way, across for the trailer and Cormier. Puck didn't settle for him. He'll send it behind the North Bay net. In the corner is Roberts. But Amadovsky will take the puck from him. Manzo looks ahead. Wellenreiter's got a break behind the D. Wellenreiter stopped by Gillette. This time trying to go under the pad, and the goaltender got the leather down. Sent ahead by the Gens. It'll be an icing call after a big stop by Jaden Gillette. The Generals will have a chance to take a break, and we will do the same. 2-0 Oshawa late in the second period on Rogers TV.
Do you like movies? You do? What a coincidence, because I host a show called Cinema Scene, which features movie reviews and interviews. It's the big screen on the small screen with Cinema Scene.
Welcome back to Oshawa. Things just opening up for Parker Vaughn. He got a shot off the post, and then Wellenreiter just afterwards, a breakaway opportunity, bothered from behind by Brady Murnane, but Gillette able to make that save. As Wellenreiter not able to make much of a move with the pressure of Murnane. Gens able to get their line change in now. Quick ahead though, looking for Amadofsky across the Oshawa line. Calto back to steal that puck, and he'll retreat behind his net. Find Leo Lachon, who looks rink wide, and just like that, the Gens are out. Streaking through center is Calto. Calto to the net, hooked as he went in. A penalty coming to the Battalion. Oshawa will get their first power play of the game. They still control. Lachon down low. Will get it back from Posthumous. Looks across for Haoxi Wang. Couldn't settle it. Now Wang walking in. Look to the side of the goal. Lachon was down there. Couldn't get a tip on it. Griffin at the point. Across for Posthumous. Waits. Fires. Save made. Rebound. Pounced on by McIver. Great pressure with the extra attacker on by the Generals.
Yeah, really made good use of that, moving the puck around. Owen Griffin covering for the defenseman at the point to keep the puck in. Found Posthumous for that last shot attempt that I think got a Battalion defender in the way, but we're gonna get our first look at a Oshawa power play today as Manzo heads to the box for 2 minutes or less.
It's, I think Kapajaritas actually who will go. Jonathan Kapajaritas, the former Vaughan King and Don Mill Flyers U18 player, committed to the University of Vermont, where he may play with Jacob Oster next year, former Oshawa Generals goaltender. But the Gens will go to the power play, ranked 16th in the OHL, with a chance to extend their lead. O'Donnell beats the puck by Procyszyn. Griffin in there trying to dig it free as well. High stick coming though. And Harrison Franson can't believe it. It's twice he's been hit in the head. And in the same spot. A bloody nose earlier that didn't get called. This time it does. And it'll be a 5-on-3 for the Generals for a minute 47.
They've had all the pressure as of late, and then this latest one here, Procyszyn's maybe just getting a little carried away, just getting physical in the corner and not keeping track of where some players are on the ice, and goes to try to clear it.
Yeah, it's...
And I don't know if he would
tough
argue.
Call. Procyszyn will argue that this is a follow-through.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the puck.
Yeah, let's have another look here. He does go to it. He did kind of get it. It was just Franzen's stick actually stopped the puck from getting up and out of play, but...
So a tough one for Procyszyn to take. Franzen's not going to argue because he wasn't happy that the first time he got hit in the head, it wasn't called. Yeah. So perhaps turnaround fair play, but for the Generals, it's a 5-on-3 for an extended period and a huge opportunity now to get that power play going.
Just one power play goal in their last 9 games. They had a second one, but that was a 6-on-4, so they've only had one in a normal, authentic power play.
North Bay's penalty kill's been an issue, ranked 17th. And the Gens get set up. Here's Griffin walking in, down low, Posthumous. He had McIver out of place at the moment, but couldn't get the puck to go to the net. Here's Moore, wants Griffin, gives it to him. Griffin waits, looks down low, Posthumous scores! Power play working or not, a 5-on-3 can cure a lot of things. And they do it in about 25 seconds.
And it's going to be his 6th of the year on the power play, as the Generals did a great job to work it around and get down low and take advantage of this 5-on-3. It starts with Moore at the point, getting it down low, and then he'll get it right back. And then find Owen Griffin here on the left side, who gets it down low to Posthumous, right almost on the goal line, bottom of the circle, one-times it right past McIver, who's been going left to right, coast to coast in that crease on that entire power play, and he was beat that time.
Now, of note, the Procyszyn penalty was a 4-minute penalty for high sticking, and so the Generals still have 3:36 to work on the man advantage. So a couple more opportunities, perhaps, to score, but it's 5-on-4 now as Posthumous, the goal scorer. Play it back for Lucas Moore. And Moore will carry it ahead. He'll send it in. O'Donnell back to Moore. Moore to the net. And that one stopped. Griffin has it back at center. Generals effectively has the rest of the period on the power play. Save for about 10 seconds. Unless they take one themselves. It's sent down the ice though by the Battalion.
They're leaving this top unit out there still. If it works the first time, keep them out there and keep it going.
Well, with you're trying to score before the power play gets down to 2 minutes, right? You get a couple of opportunities on the man advantage, so you might as well leave them out. Plus, you got the intermission coming. The only problem is they don't gain the zone cleanly. Gillette will come out to play this. Looks off the attacker in Vaughn, and Moore's got it back the other way. Roberts will carry it in. He finds Griffin across the line. Griffin controls. Posthumous now. Wants to get it set up, takes a quick shot. Here's Wang. Quickly on him is Pereira. Comes to Griffin. Wasn't expecting it, but got it. Down for Haoxi Wang. Wang spins away from Pereira, falls, Posthumous. Has Griffin waiting. Griffin takes, waits, finds Posthumous. Posthumous takes a long shot, gloved down by McIver. And Bronson Rye didn't like the extra poke. And Sam Roberts took it the glove of McIver. Just 3 seconds left in the first of the double minor.
And Sam Roberts causing a screen in front there. Posthumous, I think, saw McIver leaning left around Roberts, so went to McIver's right to try to find the empty net. But McIver saw through that.
Also a battle of right-catching goaltenders in this game, too.
A good advantage to him, maybe more comfortable doing that, knowing he's got his glove hand on the right side. And he can easily get over and catch the puck, which he did so there.
Face-off controlled by the Generals. Calto back to the point to Timmerman, across for Wang. Wang to Timmerman. Near side is Calto. Calto across, and banding on the one-timer was Cormier. The setup was there by the Gens, just not the finish. They've got the puck under control again, though. Cormier looks back to Haoxi Wang. Wang's long shot. It comes loose, and Cormier trying to stuff it in on the far side. Didn't work. Calto to Haoxi Wang. Switches with Timmerman. Now Anthony Timmerman had a bit of room for a moment. Switches back with Wang. Looks down low. Calto just shot it wide. Timmerman across for Wang. Down to Calto. Back to Wang. Walking in, waits, now changes the angle, gets a shot. Timmerman a chance, and McIver got an arm on that. And the Gens will throw it in deep, but it'll go off a Battalion player and a chance to clear it. They'll get it down the ice. With 1:05 remaining on the power play.
Yeah, the Generals able to move the puck around really, really well. The Battalion just sticking to their box, but the Generals have been finding the shots, and one there for Timmerman. Didn't miss by much. McIver got just enough, but it didn't miss that far post by very much at all.
Certainly not looking like a 16th ranked power play. Here's Moore, spins it down deep, goes all the way around the zone. Griffin will get to it, pokes it down into the corner for Roberts. Roberts back to Griffin. Posthumous. Skates to the near side, back for Moore. And Moore back for Posthumous, dangerously across the line as North Bay's penalty kill's way out there. Here's O'Donnell, a chance. Roberts in front, trying to find it. Save made by McIver. 20 seconds left in the power play. Posthumous for Moore in front. O'Donnell, and a bouncing puck couldn't settle it down. Griffin spins away from the pressure. Roberts trying to get it down to O'Donnell. Does. Moore's in the slot, and the pass. Wellenreiter got a stick on that. Penalty about to expire. 10 seconds left in the period. Procyszyn jumps back on. The puck comes around. Griffin leaves it down for Moore. By the goal, they score! Aiden O'Donnell, the goal scorer, pushing and shoving after as he was shoved down, but with 2 seconds left in the period after the penalty expires, the Generals make it 4-0.
And he gets his first as an Oshawa General and gives it right back to Ride as he skates by the bench. But you'll see it here, the Generals with all the pressure continuing just as the penalty and their power play expired. Moore, knowing that, throws it right on net. And O'Donnell had a couple whacks at it, puts it in the empty net and points right to the man who gave it to him, and then gives it right back to the man who gave it to him after scoring his first goal as an Oshawa General.
We'll see what they decide after this. Owen Griffin is in the penalty box, the only one in there. And we'll see if the Battalion end up. Griffin came with a late shot to Bronson Ride. And after all of this, it looks like the Battalion will end up with the man advantage. O'Donnell had scored. Bronson Ride came over and gave him a shot. O'Donnell got back over, gave Ride a shot, and was pushing and shoving, and then Griffin came in late. He was on the point, and so he walked down and took a shot at Ride. That is the call. The period will end. The North Bay Battalion will have a power play when the third period begins. The argument continues whether or not that was continuation or a follow-through for the captain Ethan Procyszyn, but his penalty gave the Generals a 5-on-3. They would take advantage, and it's a 4-0 General lead after 2 periods of play. You're watching Oshawa Generals hockey on Rogers TV.
Knights of Columbus TV Bingo trains are rolling. Tuesday nights, 7 p.m., right here on Rogers TV. We're proud sponsors of the Oshawa Generals. We hope they win every game. We hope you play every TV Bingo game right here on Rogers TV. Go, Generals, go!
Season 3 of Rogers TV Farm to Fork is about to begin. Last season, we took you on a variety of tours throughout the farms of the Kawartha Lakes. This season, we take a little fork in the road and we bring you food industries as well as farm tours. We went to a chocolatier, a winery, a cidery, a butcher, a little different, but still the same farms where all good food comes from. Every Friday night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Rogers TV.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees.
Come on, boys!
It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible. Always put the customer first.
Listen to this building. This place can't believe what they just saw.
Hey, beats a desk job.
What's wrong with a desk job?
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Rogers TV wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories for free. Visit us to find out more.
If you're looking for straightforward recipes that are surefire crowd pleasers and really delicious, I hope you'll tune in to Season 5 of my show, Paula Roy's Favorite Foods on Rogers TV. There's everything from mouth-watering salads to delicious make-ahead meals, lots of baking, even some pickles, and I'm sure there's something for everyone in this season's lineup. I'll offer some ideas to help make your time in the kitchen more effective and fun, and perhaps you'll even watch it with your whole family.
Another 2 goals in the second period for the Oshawa Generals, and they lead the North Bay Battalion 4-0 after 40. Pleased now to be joined by Generals defenseman Brady Blassig. And Brady, to say you've had a tough week might be a bit of an understatement. Of course, there was that horrific slash you took to the head last Friday. Then on Sunday, you got taken into the boards from behind. So just overall, how are you doing?
Yeah, you know, obviously some scary situations over the weekend, but I'm still battling through. I'm still pushing through. Nothing too major, so I'm doing well.
The news came down today for suspension-wise for Luke Drausa, who slashed you in the head on Friday. Was that the sort of suspension length you were expecting to see?
Yeah, I was expecting to see a lengthy suspension. The OHL did a good job, and yeah, we'll move on from here.
And speaking of moving on, you moved on quite well. You picked up an assist in that game Sunday on the only goal in that 1-0 victory. Just how good are you feeling about your game right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just trying to keep it simple, move pucks quick, move pucks fast, and have a good gap, and it's working for me right now.
There seems to be a little extra mojo from this Oshawa Generals team tonight. Just how much confidence did the club get from that victory on Sunday?
Yeah, snapping that losing streak was huge for us. We gained a lot of confidence. We worked on scoring, and now we're feeling it right now. So we're going to keep rolling here.
Brady, thanks for your time, and good to see you in good health.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Brady Blassig of the Oshawa Generals. We've got the second period highlights on the other side of the break here on Rogers TV.
Knights of Columbus TV bingo trains are rolling. Tuesday nights, 7 p.m., right here on Rogers TV. We're proud sponsors of the Oshawa Generals. We hope they win every game. We hope you play every TV bingo game right here on Rogers TV. Go, Generals, go!
Furnace fail in freezing weather? Don't risk it. Get service now for peace of mind later. Taunton Trades keeps you cool when it's hot, warm when it's not. Call or visit tauntontrades.ca. Your comfort is our priority.
Whether you're into NLL lacrosse, OHL hockey, college or university sports, or even youth sports, we've got it covered here on the Sports Report on Rogers TV Durham.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development with Ontario Minor Hockey. Today we're looking at agility skating.
Edge control is crucial to developing overall skating skills. Keep the knees over the toes with feet together, with both skates on the ice. Use the inside and outside edges to slalom using tight, sharp turns, pushing through the heels. Do the same movement backwards, this time pushing through the balls of the feet. Weaving on one leg allows players to feel the inside and outside edges of their skates. Create propulsion and speed by putting weight on and off the glide leg. When weaving backward, it's necessary to place pressure more on the toe in order to maintain balance versus pushing pressure on the heel when going forward.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Nothing Oshawa after 2 periods on the Friday night face-off. 2 more goals in that second frame for the Generals to get them to this 4-0 lead. Let's take a look at the second period highlights. The tough period for Harrison Franzen. Here he takes a high hit. He'd head off the ice. Generals looking for some more offense early in the frame, but can't get the puck past Mike McIver there. Owen Griffin, he's been active in this game. He gets the puck to the front of the net, but Mike McIver again shuts things down. Jaden Cholette at the other end. He was very good again in that second period. Here he stops the partial break to remain perfect. And then Harrison Franzen's tough period continues. Takes a high stick there. You can see he's frustrated. Lots of blood. But the Generals would go to a 5-on-3 power play thanks to that high sticking penalty. And on the 5-on-3, Luke Posthumus would beat Mike McIver. For Posthumus, that is his 6th of the season. And that would make it a 3-0 game. And then late in the frame, more offense from the Oshawa Generals as Aidan O'Donnell bangs that puck in on the backside. And then afterwards, some fireworks kick off. And in the end, the only penalty assessed out of all that is the Generals' Owen Griffin. So the Generals have a 4-0 lead after 2, but the Battalion will start the third period on the man advantage. So we get a look at the Taunton Trades second period scoring summary. Luke Posthumus on the 5-on-3 power play at the 16-16 mark. Owen Griffin and Lucas Moore drawing the assist there. Then Aidan O'Donnell with 1 second left of the frame. He gets his 5th of the season, his first as an Oshawa General. Moore and Griffin drawing the assists on that goal as well. Shots heavily in favor of the Generals in that second period by a 17-6 margin. They lead the shot clock 27-16 after 2 periods of play. We've got game notes on the other side of the break. You're watching Oshawa Generals hockey on Rogers TV.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible.
Thank you.
public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
We invite you to play What's My Line?
Welcome, Mrs. Baker. Those folks over there need to guess your extraordinary occupation.
Are you an entertainer, Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Do people come to watch you, perform?
Yes.
Do you travel for work?
Yes, I do.
Do you ever wear a special type of costume?
Yes.
Is your job, physical?
Yes, indeed.
Are you a member of a team?
Yes.
Are you a professional baseball player?
Yes, I am.
Created during the Second World War, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League included 68 Canadians. One of its brightest stars was my mother, Saskatchewan's Mary Bonnie Baker, a pioneer for women in sports.
Hi, I'm Detective Martin Franson in Durham Regional Police. I'd like to invite you to join us for Seniors Talk, Durham Regional Police, and Rogers TV.
Four 0 Generals lead after 40 minutes as we welcome you back to the second intermission here on Rogers TV. It's time for Game Notes. Adam Dunphy joined by Mike Luck and Andrew Osmond. And gentlemen, earlier today, the OHL handed down their suspension to the Brampton Steelheads' Luke Drausa for his slash to the head of the Generals' Brady Blassig. So Drausa gone for the remainder of the regular season and the playoffs, and he's going to have to go through some outside counseling and will have to apply to get his suspension lifted and be able to re-enter the OHL. Did the league get this one right?
I think in short they did. I think a message had to be sent that is a very dangerous play, and it's two factors to it. One is the actual slash itself, which you'll see first. The second is the cross-check after to a prone player, and that is, I think, the second part of the problem here. This is a very dangerous hit. It comes up under the mat, under the face shield, and then the second slash there, or the cross-check, is one that says that was the intent, and it's easy to determine, or not easy to determine intent all the time when a player can basically say, hey, listen, I was trying to get his shoulder, it rode up, something like that. It looks very bad. It looked bad under Drausa on that play. I think the Ontario Hockey League had to look at a couple of factors here. One, was this intent? Two, was it dangerous? Three, was it part of the game? And four, is there a message to be sent to players, to families, to everyone around the hockey world? Because this made headlines internationally, not just among the OHL. And so the message had to be sent. It was. The full season, I think, is appropriate. It's a very harsh penalty for Luke Drausa, a player who, from my understanding, it's not his type of game. This is not ordinary behavior for him, but at the same time, a player in his draft year who is going to feel the penalty and the effects of this for a long time to come. But nevertheless, he's out for this season. He'll be able to apply, as you said, Adam, and come back next year.
Yeah, I think there's many parts to this kind of decision from the OHL in terms of deciding or having an opinion, did they get it right? So there is the suspension for the entire year and the playoffs, but then there is the community service aspect to it and the reinstatement panel that Drausa would have to face before the start of the 2026-2027 season for him to be able to play yet again here in the Ontario Hockey League. So not only is the Ontario Hockey League saying that's unacceptable behavior, but also you have to show us that you understand that that's bad behavior, and moving forward, you have to know ways to better handle yourself in situations like that moving forward, because we're a league that does not accept anything like that.
And listen, I think, the league, everyone kind of got off lightly in the fact that Brady Blassig wasn't seriously hurt in this, because the consequences could have been a lot worse. I was around when Adam Fantilli was hit by Michael Liambis. That was the longest suspension in league history in a full season, 68 games, I think it was, ended up being. So this isn't the longest in that history, but in that one, you had a player who had a fractured skull, and the message had to be sent afterwards that this is not acceptable. We've got families sending 15 and 16-year-old kids to come play in this league. We're going to protect them, and I think the OHL has done a good job of sending that message again.
Big news earlier this week for the OHL. The Guelph Storm will be hosting the 2027 Memorial Cup. They beat out the Kitchener Rangers for that honor. Were you a bit surprised at all that Guelph did come through and get the nod in the end?
Well, I think a lot of people look first and foremost towards the arena. How much does it hold? Can you get a bigger crowd in there? And perhaps Kitchener had that edge when it came to the arena at the Memorial Center. But the Guelph Storm have built themselves a very nice arena, a great community, and a good team that's been to 6 OHL championships or 6 Memorial Cups in the past. The last hosted in 2002, so perhaps the longer stretch between hosting from 2002. Kitchener hosted in 2008, made the final there. So perhaps that longer stretch happens. Also interesting too, that 2027 happens to be the year that the city of Guelph turns 200, and so there's a great connection, and there'll be a momentum going into that Memorial Cup for the city of Guelph and something to build on. So I think in the end, the OHL made a good decision.
Yeah, and I think maybe if you're a Kitchener Rangers fan, you've been feeling the team itself has been building itself to be competitive. They have been in the past couple seasons up there in the standings and continue to be this year and are gearing up to as well for next season. So I think that's maybe where if there's a bit of why didn't the Rangers get it and a bit of frustration there, it's because the Rangers at this point might seem to be that team that is more prepared at this point, but that doesn't mean the Guelph Storm don't do anything. They have a couple overagers that, are up there getting, on a point per game basis that they could trade away maybe this year to build up for next year. So there is still time and some assets for the Guelph Storm to really build themselves into a competitive team next year before the year even starts. So, there's no wrong decision really at the end of the day. And the Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph area is getting a Memorial Cup regardless if it's in Kitchener or Guelph. So for fans of junior hockey in that area, we'll get to see the best on best, come next year in 2027.
Before we go to break, we want to send our best to our former producer here of Oshawa Generals Hockey on Rogers TV, Scott Lindsay. Scott is retiring from broadcasting, and we just, from all of us here at Rogers TV, Scott, we want to wish you all the best. Your impact is still felt here on these broadcasts. All the best to you and the family. Enjoy retirement. You certainly earned it. 4-0, the Generals lead the Battalion after 2. Third period coming up on the other side of the break here on Rogers TV.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees. Come on, boys! It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible.
Always put the customer first.
Listen to this builder. This place can't believe what they just saw.
Hey, beats a desk job.
What's wrong with a desk job?
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development with Ontario Minor Hockey. Today we look at the saucer pass.
The saucer pass is a great skill to be used when an obstacle, such as a stick or a player, is on the ice taking away the passing lane. Let's take a look on how to master this skill. A difficult pass to master, the saucer pass requires the puck to fly through the air and then land flat on the ice.
Very good.
The puck starts on the heel of the blade with the face open. The puck is then rolled along the blade, spinning the puck, so it stays flat in the air when it lands on the ice.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
Welcome back to Oshawa. Look at Harrison Francis returning to the bench after taking 2 shots to the head in that second period. He's got the full cage on, or at least the bubble now. The North Bay Battalion will start this third period on the power play. Owen Griffin took a cross-checking penalty after that goal at the final second of that second period. And so almost the full 2 minutes, a minute 59 of it to work for the Battalion. The hill, a steep one to climb though for a team playing on back-to-back nights and with only 10 forwards dressed. We'll see what the Battalion can mount in terms of a comeback. They'll start it with the extra attacker. They've got the puck, Procyszyn. Pulls back, looks back to the point to Warren. Throws it down around the zone. Haoxi Wang will get to it, gets to his forehand, will send it off the glass and down the ice.
Well, that's exactly how you want to start a penalty kill when you just got a 4-0 lead at the very end of the second period. Get it down the ice and get a good change on.
Streaking into the Oshawa zone is Wellenreiter. He'll send it around the zone to Amadovsky. He has to protect it along the boards, but a right shot on that left side. He lost the handle, and the Generals will shoot it down the ice.
The Battalion unable to really set up here in this power play so far. Not able to really solve the Generals at all. Trying to figure it out and work the puck around and see what works. Nothing so far.
Second power play of the game for the Battalion. Generals had 3, including an extended 5-on-3 in which they scored in that second period. Greer will keep it in at the point. Cross for Procyszyn, winds and fires, pad save made. And very close to sending that out of play was Rowan Sang. Or was it Posthumous who spun and fired? And that one almost went out in the North Bay Battalion end.
I don't think they meant to. I think it was just the puck was on edge like a frisbee and just caught the air and started rising on him.
Drausa will send it around. Be kept in by Laird at the point, but he lost the handle. Franson out there in a penalty killing role. He's got the only shorthanded goal in the General season. And Cormier will find a loose puck and send it down the ice. McIver quickly to play it to Parker Vaughn, but just 5 seconds left in the penalty to Owen Griffin. He's on his feet and will step back on now as Drausa takes a shot. That one goes wide. Harper will keep it in on the far side. Quick shot again by Drausa, and that one goes off the side of the goal. And Griffin couldn't handle it along the boards. Another chance for Vaughn, but it got under his stick and will head out to center. Generals will complete their line change as it's brought in by Drausa. Lost it though. Griffin will steal. Start it back towards Franson. Sends it by Kapacharitas. He gets the puck behind his net. Looks ahead. Breakaway opportunity as Wellenreiter came off the bench ahead of everybody, but then couldn't handle the pass. Went right through his legs. Manzo sends it ahead inside the Oshawa zone. Pereira chases it down. Wang sends it around the boards. Franson slashes at it, gets it out to center. Back for it, Adrian Manzo. Here's Pereira. Gonna work his way around Haoxi Wang. That's a tall order, literally. Wellenreiter with a good steal though in the slot. A shot deflected wide. Edwards leaves it in the corner for Pereira. Long shot, that one blocked by Figliameni. And look out, took a bounce off the stanchion as Gillette was already headed behind his net. And thankfully for the Generals, it went wide. Cormier, stolen from him by Warren. And then stolen right back by Charlie Hilton. Figliameni at center, trying to tee it up for Hilton. Skated by it, now he gives it to Murnane, who will send it in. And right around the boards for Warren. Amadovsky streaking into the Oshawa zone, rips a shot wide. Murnane will take it off the end boards. Kept it at the point by Enright. Figliameni though will find it, lift it down the ice, and over the stick of Amadovsky, but deemed that he had a chance to play it or maybe got a piece of it. And so setting up behind his net is the rookie Carter Kunapaski. Tipped in by Warren, Gillette out to play it. Timmerman up the middle to Roberts. And Roberts streaking in to the North Bay zone, plays it in the corner for Smirnov. Roberts in there well, trying to center it. Procyszyn will find it, gets it to Laird. And Laird will send it in and chase after it. Timmerman beats him to it, sends it around the boards. A few Generals playing you got it, but they eventually do get it. And Roberts will send it out to the North Bay line. Here's Bronson Ride. Rink wide pass. Not able to handle it though was Laird. And shot back in by the Generals. Ride will chip it up the boards. Drausa ran into his own man in Laird. And that allows the Generals to clear ahead. Manzo was just changing. Player jumping off in order to avoid the too many men as Griffin comes back the other way. And it slip off of his stick. Ends up behind the icing line. Manzo will play it ahead. Given away though inside the zone. Franson will keep it alive only momentarily. Now a pass for Drausa. He was changing, but he'll have to come right back on as it's an icing call against the Battalion with 14-14 to play here in this third period.
And Teixeira is now heading out of the box, back to the bench. But the Generals, a bit of a different game plan here in the third period. Not hard on the forecheck, waiting back a bit on their heels. And I mean, they got a 4-0 lead, but you do that a bit too much and get too comfortable on your heels. But the Battalion could take advantage and just pot a couple goals, and then it's a closer game than it is right now.
Oshawa wants to keep it a couple hundred feet from their own net as long as possible as Parker Vaughn brings this in. Rink wide, Kapacharitas from the point. Couldn't handle it. And Griffin will find it, couldn't get it out. Vaughn again, looks down low. Here's Warren from a sharp angle. Second chance at try, but pad down for Chalette. And he'll keep it out. 13:45 to go in the third. It's 4-0 Oshawa, Rogers TV.
Furnace trouble? Don't panic. Call Taunton Trades. Durham's trusted HVAC pros are ready when you need heat fast. Skip the search. Choose confidence. Visit tauntontrades.ca. Taunton Trades, keeping it cool when it's hot, warm when it's not.
Downtown Whitby is more than just a downtown. It's a vibrant blend of historic charm and modern life. With over 300 businesses and services, you'll find everything you need. Shop, dine, and discover why downtown Whitby truly has it all.
Nolan Laird having a chat with the trainer on the North Bay bench. Battalion are already coming into this game shorthanded with 10 forwards, and Laird's had a bunch of ice in this one. This is an icing call against the Generals.
Yeah, Laird's still on the end of the bench there with the trainer, as you said. Mike, he had a long shift, but then kind of stumbled on his own into the far corner in the Generals zone and got himself to the bench, but has been hobbled over just like that for the last 5 minutes or so. So we'll keep an eye to see if he hops on for a shift or not. Didn't see him go out for a skate in that TV timeout either.
So down to 9 forwards then, if that's the case. Posthumous off the face-off win will control, and Sang will carry it into the North Bay zone. Sang waits, fires, and McIver able to blocker that down and catch it in the glove and hang on to it.
Yeah, good quick shot there from Rowan Sang. Kind of lost the puck a bit, and then it got into a sweet spot for a quick release, and he got a good one, and McIver had to be sharp on it. He bobbled it, but held on for a whistle.
Face-off controlled by the Battalion. Kanapaski will get it through center and into the Oshawa zone. Chalette plays it around himself, hit the referee. And it'll be lifted high out to center, where Posthumous will wrap it into the Battalion end. Skating away with it, Aaron Enright. Across the Oshawa line, drops it off. And just as he's about to fire, Amadovsky had it stolen from him. North Bay keeps it in though. Wellenreiter, pinned to the boards by Lashon. Haoxi comes in, he gets bumped and knocked down by Sang. Charlie Hilton will carry it forward. Young crowd in Oshawa, and a good one too. Got things screaming. Second straight home game with 5,000 plus. Notice as well the Generals have their holiday flex packs on sale for those looking to do some holiday shopping early, and that's always a great deal to see games in the second half of the season. Very popular Christmas present. Drausa finds a puck in his own and starts to carry it ahead. 1-on-5, trying to split the entire Generals line. Kept it at the point, a long shot at the point by Greer is tipped wide. Forced out to center by Oshawa. Drausa will turn it there. Again, coming right through the middle, back into the Oshawa zone. Smirnoff takes the puck away. Blassig will fight off 3 Battalion from the corner. Now Tejera works his way back with it. Blassig sends it ahead, goes off of a glove, but touched by a Battalion, and so North Bay back the other way. Across the Oshawa line, but chipped right back out by the Gens. Lucas Moore. Skate his way through center, wrap it around the North Bay zone. Smirnoff will kick it in deeper. He gets knocked down. Rear in there as well. The puck is underneath Smirnoff. They're telling him to get up and play it. It is still loose. And Tejera trying to dig it free. He does. He gets pinned to the boards by Greer, and then he fights it off back to the point to Murnane. Murnane, long shot. Wide of the goal. Keeps it in the corner to Smirnoff. Back for Murnane. Murnane to the net, and it's just tipped wide. Moore will jump in on the near side. Keep it down low. Murnane will pinch on the far side. And this is exactly what the Oshawa Generals want to be doing, forcing the Battalion, 1, to play defense, and 2, to keep the puck in their zone. Sent back in over the stick, though, of Franson. And the Gens defense, who had been out there for a while, are going to be forced to stay on a little bit longer, as you look at Harrison Franson, who's had a rough ride in this one.
Yeah, and a hard forechecking shift there for these Generals on the ice. Will have to stay on and take an offensive zone draw. But getting back to what they were doing well in the first and second period was strong on the forecheck. Mario Pouliot told us before the game today is kind of, sometimes the best defense is the puck on your stick and controlling the play, and that's just what the Generals were doing just a few moments ago.
Good play by O'Donnell to kick this ahead to himself. Has Franson going to the net, just couldn't center it. Franson in there in the corner though, gets taken down, pops right back up. And that kind of night for Harrison Franson. Procyszyn carries this ahead across the Oshawa line. Finish off his check on Owen Griffin. Procyszyn got knocked down. Now has a bump for O'Donnell, but Procyszyn, who was kind of locked up with a couple of the Generals, late to clear the zone, and so offside will be the call against the Battalion.
And for Procyszyn there, getting and talking with the linesman there, as he was the offside man, but that whistle, whether he likes it or not, probably came at a great time for him. He was knocked down a few times on that shift, maybe got a bit of a bump from Owen Griffin he didn't appreciate and went for a second whack at him. So a bit of frustration there for Procyszyn, so I think that whistle maybe actually helped him not take a retaliatory penalty of any kind.
Heavy hit down in the corner on the forecheck by Oni Calto. He knocked down Kapagiridis. Now Ryder Carey will center it, and he brought in ahead by Wellenreiter. Wellenreiter's pass across for Carey. Hopped over his stick, and Calto back the other way for Oshawa. Cuts to the middle. Tried to pass in front. Didn't hit Sang and got by Posthumus, and back the other way. Drausa behind his back for Carey. A shot. Rebound came out off the shoulder of Chalette, and then a point shot from Manzo. Chalette able to find that and hang on to it as well as he fights off another check.
Jaden Chalette continuing with his strong play. First it's this drop pass here, and a shot from Carey coming in. Leaves it there for his Procyszyn to try to clear it. Gets kept in and thrown back on net, and he recovers nicely to make the second save to keep it a 4-0 Generals lead here with 8:53 to go in the third.
Face off to the left of Gillette. Figliameni will flip this out to center, and Hilton will send it deep into the North Bay end. Kyver again out to play it around the boards. Hilton cuts it off, though. And he gets to the puck, centered out front. No General could get to it. Figliameni slashes the puck at center. Cormier back defensively, too, and then Figliameni will just send it high. Really high into the North Bay zone. Surprised that didn't hit one of the rafters. Back the other way comes Edwards. Bodied by Moore as he got across the line. That sent the boards shaking and it oohs and ahs from the crowd. But Edwards is fine, and Bronson Ride will carry it into the Oshawa zone. Take a long shot into the chest of Gillette. And with North Bay retreating for a change, he'll drop it down for Lucas Moore. Haoxi Wang now jumps ahead. Pass for Tejera, slid under his stick. Got it deep, however, and Bronson Ride retreats behind his net with Roberts hounding him. And now trying to pin it to the boards. Greer will come in to help out. And away come the Battalion. Procyszyn at center, across the Oshawa line. Amadovsky. Pass goes wide, but good to see Laird back out there again. And he's looking for a puck in the General slot. Lashon, though, will keep it away from him. He'll head for Smirnov. He finds Tejera. Tejera for Roberts, back for Tejera, and it's tipped off the stick of Bronson Ride. Crowd reacting to Smirnov, who had a hit finished on him, almost ended up in the North Bay bench. But he remains on and keeps going as Roberts sends that deep, heads off on a change. Amadovsky starts from in front of his net with 7 minutes to go here in this third period. Amadovsky's progress stopped at center, and then he hit the linesman with his dump in. Sends it to the near side to Procyszyn. We'll get to it first behind the net, surrounded by 3 white jerseys. And the Gens find the lane to get it out. It's Franson. Cross the line, drops for Griffin. Griffin waits, threw it on goal, and a good pad save made by McIver. It was right along the ice, and McIver got a toe on it. Back the other way, stepping up is Blassig. Then Franson got nailed. And right in front of his bench, I think Franson will just get up and say, that's enough.
I think he says, I'm done for tonight.
It's been that kind of night.
Yeah.
2 high sticks to the nose, couple of heavy hits. Puck sent around the North Bay zone. Timmerman a shot. And that one goes wide. Karam's back out to center. Rowan Sang gets it across the line. Calto a backhand. McIver the save, and he'll hang on just shy of 6 minutes to go in his third period. It's a 4-0 Generals lead on Rogers TV.
Your furnace is aging. Don't wait for it to quit. Get expert advice before winter hits. Upgrade to an air source heat pump for year-round comfort. Taunton Trades. Cool when it's hot, warm when it's not. TauntonTrades.ca.
Shots on net by the North Bay Battalion. That was the first one and maybe the toughest one for Jaden Gillette. He's been good since that, making tons of saves over his last few games as well, or at least over the last 121 minutes and counting for Jaden Gillette. Posthumous deep in the North Bay end where the Generals would like to keep it, far away from their goaltender. Posthumous, though, falls. Coming in to help out is Rowan Sang, kept in by Moore. His long shot just ripped wide. Parker Vaughn will wait for it at his own blue line. Plays it for Harper. Wellenreiter, this looked offside. But the play will continue on. Here's Harper, cuts to the middle. Broken up, and Calto sees some open ice ahead. Will skate to it and then send it deep into the North Bay end and head off on a change. It's a smart play by Ani Calto. Quick pass ahead, finds Wellenreiter inside the Oshawa line. Cormier bumped. Wang will get it just inside his own blue line. It's in his feet, turns with it, sends it around for Leo Lashon. Lashon looks rink wide, and Cormier will dump it into the North Bay end with less than 5 minutes to play. Figliameni, quick onto a puck and beat the North Bay Battalion there. Again, back-to-back nights for the Battalion. Short lineup, and it's starting to show. As Haoxi Wang takes a shot, this one off the skate of Edwards, ends up and out of play.
Yeah, a couple of Battalion as well, banged up. Obviously don't have all their legs under them. So not only tired, shorthanded, but also a bit banged up in this one on its own.
And missing some big pieces. We knew Shamar Moses and Leonard Cowley would be out, and Iggy Pazzi, who played last night against London, with a couple of points scratched for this game tonight. Tough task for the Battalion as this puck spun on net by Wang. Another shot and glove down by McIver, and then shoved down in front was Figliameni.
I don't know if I see a signal from any.
I don't think so. He'll be held back up. I think the face-off will just stay in the Battalion end with 4:27 to play in this third period.
Yeah, Manzo and Figliameni mixing it up in the crease, and it's Manzo who throws him to the ice, and the Generals will take advantage and get a line change in here. Send out the top line, along with Franzen, who's still playing despite getting thrown around quite a bit in this one.
Face-off win. O'Donnell tried a quick shot. That one was blocked. Amidovsky the other way, and that one stopped at the Oshawa blue line. Now Edwards will carry it in. Threw it out front. Amidovsky on his backhand couldn't get a shot away. Into the corner, trying to turn and center it. Taken away from him, and Griffin will backhand it to space. Franzen back on. Will find it there, take a couple of chops at it. Get it deep now. Amidovsky at center. He was all tied up with Leo Lashon at one point back down to the Oshawa zone. He's got it on his stick and just gets it across the Oshawa line, where Haoxi Wang plays it across for Brady Blassig. Ahead for Tejera, and he'll feed it in. Generals playing a pretty simple game at this point, but also keeping their feet moving. Difficult to break as it's sent down the ice. This will be an icing call against the Battalion. 3:24 to go here in the third period. And the second straight game where the Oshawa Generals have played a sound game, team game, working it down low in the offensive zone.
Yeah, it's been a great game. You know, offense, defense, even the power play getting involved and being successful in this game. A couple guys like Sam Roberts that you're just hoping kind of get out of it weren't able to in this one so far, but right around the net and had their chances. So as long as you're getting those chances, that's got to get to your confidence, and eventually you got to know the goals will come.
Roberts, who competed for Team Canada White. Silver medal performance at the under-17s. Former minor hockey teammate Cam Warren won gold with Team Canada Red. As this rolls in on net. A little bit of pushing and shoving after as McIver held on to that. These two teams will have two more games in the season series. A home and away. As we get the announced attendance here, 5,735. They said another great crowd in Oshawa out to support their Gens who have had a rough start to their season. Of course, trading away a couple of key pieces on the back end as Murnane's shot made it through. Rebound tried. McIver with a good pad save on Calto. Now Moore from the point. McIver without his stick. Will be able to get it now as North Bay comes out. And here's Warren, drops it back. Moore got across though to take it away from Parker Vaughn. Kept it at the point. Long shot, that one tipped wide by Murnane. Warren, bodied by Calto. Murnane will take the puck. Doesn't get it out though. Parker Vaughn able to keep it alive. Now Calto will find it. Gets it to Posthumous and he'll send it in to the North Bay end. And Oshawa full-scale change. Just using fresh legs.
Yeah.
Smart strategy against a tired Battalion squad.
Yeah, they can sense that the Battalion feel like they're skating in mud right now. Bit slow to get the puck up the ice, bit slow to get their feet moving. You see it right now. They got great control of the puck, but no wingers really flying out of the zone to give the defense a good option up ice.
Well, they're down by 4 with 2 minutes left. As Lashon plays this around. North Bay was in a change, and so Hilton will slide it for Cormier. You get it across the line. Kicked ahead. Chance perhaps for Wellenreiter, but his shot blocked by Wang, and then Wang knocked him down. The reverse hit as coming over was Amadovsky, who ran into Wang and took the worst of it. Wellenreiter remains out there way ahead though, looking for that lead pass. He gets it and then breaks his stick over Lashon's arm. And the Generals have a few words for that too after the whistle.
It starts with Haoxi Wang here, pushing his man to the ice, and then coming in to try to take exception to that is Amadovsky, and Haoxi Wang stands him up. And the frustration boiling over there for Wellenreiter. You see him there on the bench for the Battalion.
He's going to escape a penalty out of this, and I'm not really sure how, to be honest. He took his stick and broke it with a cross-check over the arm of Leo Lashon. I know there's a minute 21 left, and it's fairly moot, but at the same time, the pieces were right there, evident.
And after the whistle.
And after the whistle. But nevertheless, Generals are focused on other things. A loose puck at center, and Murnane will send it down into the offensive zone as we approach the final minute of this third period. Generals looking for just the second time this season to win 2 in a row. And it looks as though they will do just that. And they've got the puck. Can they fight it out of the zone? Not the first chance, not the second try. Battalion keep it alive, but now Lucas Moore will go back for it, play it across for Murnane with 40 seconds remaining. Out to Roberts at center. And Roberts across the line. Smirnoff will do the smart thing, just play it in deep. Teixeira in there as well. In front, here's Roberts, a chance, and McIver forced to make a late save with 27 seconds left, as Sam Roberts found himself alone in the high slot.
Well, you talk about getting your looks, and there was another look as Sam Roberts can't believe it. He was there. You can see him smiling, talking to Coach Mike Ferrugia on the bench. Had all the time in the world to take that shot, and he took it. McIver just made the save on it. Unable to find the twine as Sam Roberts still struggling to get those goals in.
Here's Hilton at center, trying to fight this puck in deep. He does with 15 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Maybe one last rush for the Battalion. Goes off the stick of Carey. Wang will play it around the Oshawa zone. The seconds will tick down in the corner. Jaden Gillette last weekend got his first OHL shutout. He follows it up with his second. 127 minutes, 42 seconds of shutout goaltending by Jaden Gillette. And the Oshawa Generals have won 2 in a row, 4-0 over the North Bay Battalion.
And this is the first time since January 27th and 29th, 2023, that the Generals have held at the team scoreless in back-to-back games. The goaltender then was Jacob Oster.
Well, a sombrero comes out for the second game in a row, and for the second time in a row, it'll go to the Generals netminder, Jaden Gillette. They've got a streak going. Gens win 2-0. They'll celebrate. We'll wrap it up when we come back. 4-0, the Generals beat Battalion on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Knights of Columbus TV Bingo, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on Rogers TV. 4 games every week with a grand prize of $5,000. Once again, 7 p.m. right here on Rogers TV.
Just like any other job, to succeed in the NHL, you gotta take care of business.
You need to know how to motivate fellow employees. Come on, boys! It's important to be goal-oriented.
Assist team members whenever possible.
Always put the customer first.
Listen to this builder. This place can't believe what they just saw.
Hey, beats a desk job.
What's wrong with a desk job?
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. I had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. And I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwong, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Welcome back to Oshawa. You see it there. The Gens, 2 wins in a row. Both back-to-back shutouts as well for Jaden Gillette. 4-0. They beat the North Bay Battalion, and they were just the better team in this one. North Bay, give them credit. Back-to-back nights, shorthanded with 10 forwards, 17 skaters overall. A tough task, especially with the Generals playing the way that they did.
Yeah, it was really a back-and-forth game in the first 2 periods. Mike, we were talking, it was back and forth each way, odd man rushes, a lot of offensive zone time for both teams. But that third period is where you could really tell that the Battalion just didn't have their legs anymore. A couple of players clearly banged up a little bit, didn't have their all, and the Generals just kept their foot on the gas and kept the puck in the offensive zone as far away from Jaden Gillette as they possibly could.
Let's look at those third period highlights, and it was really all Generals in this one. They gave up one breakaway opportunity in the second period, a couple of chances down low, but Gillette had the lower half of the ice solved for most of this game. One he had to fight off there, but again, Gens back in numbers too, and they were able to break out quickly, and they kept to their script, get pucks in deep, get them on net. Griffin with a good shot there and a great save by McIver, but Oshawa, who took some bumps. Certainly Harrison Franson took more than a few, delivered a couple of bumps as well. Haoxi, Wang here were the better team in this one, and they celebrate with a 4-0 victory.
Yeah, and Jaden Gillette, Brady Blassig talked about it. Jaden Gillette getting the shutout in their last game against Erie really went to their confidence, coming into today, and here we are again, another shutout for Jaden Gillette in this one.
Third period scoring summary brought to you by Taunton Trades Limited. See the shots on goal, and that's where the Generals really did ham the Battalion again. It was 20 shots for the Erie Otters last weekend, 21 by the Battalion in this one. So Gillette not having to do a whole ton of work, but had to make a couple of good saves in this one. But when a third period comeback you're trying to mount, you can only mount 5 shots when you're down 4 goals. That is great play by the Generals overall. They dominate the 3 stars as well, brought to you by Knights of Columbus TV Bingo. Hayden O'Donnell had his first as a Gen and an assist to go along with it too. He gets 3rd star honors. Owen Griffin a 3.9 second star, but Jaden Gillette second consecutive shutout. 127 minutes and 42 seconds now going back to Brampton, the end of that game for Jaden Gillette of shutout hockey. And so the Generals will try to continue the winning streak, extended to their longest of the season if they can, to 3 games when the Kitchener Rangers come to town for their only visit to Oshawa on Sunday night. We will have that for you, of course, here on Rogers TV, a traditional 6 o'clock start. For Andrew Osmond and Adam Dunphy and the rest of our Rogers TV crew in Durham, I'm Mike Lux. Thanks so much for watching as the Oshawa Generals win 2 in a row in shutout style, 4-0 this time over the North Bay Battalion on Rogers TV.
Also, accomplishments, I was able to do the World Championships. I traveled to Ukraine, Kiev, Ukraine, Sweden, Finland, all over the place. And not to mention over 500 games in the American League. So I've seen a lot of hotels, and it's been a great run.
On that note, we all know hockey is a grind for the players, but it's also a grind for the officials. What would a typical weekend be like for you, let's say in the OHL ranks?
In the OHL is a little different because I'm a police officer as well. When I was in the NHL, that was my full-time job. But in the OHL, I'm going to work all day, and then I come home and I have to travel, whether I go to Owen Sound or Saginaw, Sault Ste. Marie, and it's difficult because you're balancing both work as well as reffing. But in the NHL, it's a lot different. You wake up in the morning and that's all you're doing. It's all you're thinking is that game all day.
When did you make this decision that this was going to be your final game?
You know what? Last year, my kids are getting very busy. I have 2 kids, 9 and 5, and they're both into ski racing at Brimacombe, as well as I'm coaching my oldest daughter in Durham Attack for volleyball. So it's just too busy. There's only so many nights in the week, and I think it's important that I have a commitment, whether it be with my family or whether it be in hockey. And at this point, it's important to put the commitment towards the family.
What was it that originally drew you into the world of officiating?
Well, my father, he started reffing, when he was young, and I always went to watch him. I played a lot of hockey. I wasn't the best hockey player. I played AA, a little bit of AAA here and there, but I watched him ref, and I enjoyed it. I started as a timekeeper, and when I was 14 years old in Pickering, I started reffing minor hockey there and just moved up the ranks, minor hockey to rep hockey. And I wasn't good. I remember the first penalty I ever gave. I gave it to the guy who got tripped. I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm proud to say that I tried to conquer every mountain ahead of me to move on to the next one.
And on that point, officials don't have home games. Every call you make is going to be under the microscope, and you're rarely going to have the crowd on your side. How do you deal with all that?
Yeah, you know what? As a police officer, I feel the same way. When you give someone a ticket, they're not happy with you, and the same goes when it comes to giving a penalty. Just because they're not happy with you doesn't mean you did a good job. And my most important thing is that I want to be fair. And 50% of the time you're wrong, and that's okay with me. I understand part of the game is giving it to the ref, and I can take that.
Well, Dave, quite a career for you wearing the stripes. Congratulations. Enjoy this final one here tonight.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Dave Lewis calling his final OHL game here tonight in Oshawa.
I want to thank Adam Dunphy for that report, and also Dyson Williams and Sam Cocker for coming on the show today. And thank you for tuning in to the Sports Report here on Rogers TV Day.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hey, Gabe, we're supposed to be at City Hall.
We're gonna build it right here.
Oh, yeah, sure. And give wetsuits to all the visitors?
No, on the water.
Hey, come on, we're talking about building something the size of 64 city blocks.
And there's no land left in Montreal.
So, get serious.
Listen, we'll build islands.
How? Dig up Montreal?
They're digging a